back into the filling like we have in the crust.
Gotcha.
There we go.
Check, check, check.
And some 2 eggs.
2 eggs.
Yeah. So easy, things like you already have, right? You can totally do this, and you're just stirring. And you stir for about 10 minutes on medium heat, so it gets nice and thick, and you cook out the egg, and it'll be really rich and creamy.
Okay, that'll look like this guy over here.
Like this guy over here, so it's going to be the consistency
Kendra,
of
come
pudding.
on over here.
Okay.
Now you take over here.
Yeah, you're in charge now, Kendra. See, it's the consistency of like a pudding.
Okay.
All you have to do is put the pumpkin pie right in there. Do you want to do it? The pumpkin pie filling.
1 can of
pumpkin puree. Do you want to do it?
Pumpkin puree, or is it pie?
Go ahead. Go ahead. It's pumpkin puree. Pumpkin puree.
So unsweetened pumpkin puree goes in there.
And it's orange and beautiful.
So that's pumpkin.
This is
It's
pumpkin.
just cooked pumpkin. You don't have to deal with the big pumpkin. And see, it's orange, it's not green, so that's good.
See? That would be a whole other story.
That'd be a whole different thing.
Nice stirring in there. And then you're going to be amazed.
Is that it?
That's it.
And then what goes down? We put this in here?
Yeah, what we're going to do if you walk over here, this is easy to make and easy to clean up. One pot to clean up.
So now what?
Now we have to just add a little butter.
Add butter to the ginger snaps.
Yeah, a little butter. Butter makes everything better. And about 2 tablespoons of sugar. And I do it right in the pie
Right in
dish.
the pie tin. Right.
And I just mix it together. This would be fun to do with baby Hank.
Yeah, for
actually, because
sure.
it's like almost the consistency of like a wet sand. And you just grind it up and just push it out to the sides.
Okay.
And you bake this for about 10 minutes. 7 to 10 minutes, depending on your oven. Yes, exactly. It's the only thing you have to do. So your oven,
one in there? No.
we've got one right behind you cooling.
Oh, gotcha.
Cooled off right
Over
here.
here.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Look at this. Look, now that really is so pretty.
And then you just pour it right in there.
And you pour this in. And now this is fully cooked, the filling?
Fully cooked, and then it just sets up in your refrigerator over 3 hours.
Wow.
It's done. Or overnight, so you can do this the day before.
That's so easy.
Now, exactly.
Kendra's like, can I just take that one and have it? Kendra, now tell me true. Would you ever do this?
Yeah.
Really?
You would?
Yeah.
Good.
I feel good about that. We're going to
so
print up the
easy.
recipe. By the way, this fantastic recipe we're going to have up on our website. This is actually one I think I could even bake. And I want to get a taste of that, by the way.
Have to.
I have one question.
Please.
Where's the chocolate ice cream?
You're gossiping my own heart. I love it.
It's in the freezer. It's in the freezer. Hey, you know what? Dessert First with Ann here airs Sundays at noon on Food Network. And you know what else? Kendra's book Sliding Into Home is in stores now. Kendra airs at 10 on Sundays, on E, of course. But everybody here gets one of your books, I think, right? You got the whole class, so that's awesome. Up next, inside Guy Fieri's kitchen, another one of my Food Network buddies from back in the day, right after this.
505-0333. Call now.
Today we're getting an inside look into the Thanksgiving traditions of some of our favorite celebs. Up next, my buddy, rock star chef Guy Fieri. He let us check out his brand new kitchen and see one of his holiday traditions that's as original as he is. Check him out. Guy. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Now, you could use those ravioli as a special starter for Thanksgiving. You could use them all holiday season. I mean, hello, they're red and green with the basil oil drizzle. And you can get Guy's fabulous red pepper ravioli online at our site. Up next, more famous family Thanksgivings. It's such a lovely family woman, Jessica Seinfeld, at the kitchen table after.
Thanksgiving Parade with host Robin
Access to the entire AT&T National.
Baumgarten and Paul Conrad. Join Grand Marshal Jennifer Beals, Honorary Grand Marshal Ronald McDonald, Harlem Globetrotters, Ringling Brothers in Barnum and Bailey, and more. The McDonald's Thanksgiving Parade, November 25th at 8 on WGN.
Just to recap, we've gotten an inside look on how our friends Kendra Wilkinson and my good buddy Guy Fieri celebrate their Thanksgivings. And we got a couple more celebrity Thanksgivings to share back with you guys. Now, it's true that my next guest is married to a big star, but she is a star in her own right. She is a New York Times best-selling author, a successful TV producer, and a personal hero of mine for finally getting kids to eat their veggies. Whether they know it or not. Please welcome Jessica Seinfeld. love you, but you know that because we've met several times before. We are often on the same panels when we talk about kids and nutrition.
I don't belong there. You belong
yes,
there. I don't know how I get up.
You certainly do, because you wrote this book, Deceptively Delicious, and this is what made me fall in love with you forever. It's so brilliant.
Thank you.
And we've got the follow-up now, a Double Delicious.
Families are coming together, which is very exciting and nerve-wracking for me. I'm going to cook for about 30 people.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
So give us some tips on how you do that.
I believe fully in delegating.
Absolutely.
I think you have to bring in the troops. You've
Absolutely.
And stick to, I feel like you always say this, which is stick to what you do best.
Stick to what you know. Never make something for the first time on a day you're already stressed out.
That's right. My sister makes one thing the whole year. She makes one thing, cranberry sauce. You're making cranberry sauce.
Enjoy
and don't bring anything else.
Yes, exactly. And then just stop
anything
there.
else.
Just stop. Now, I want to know, before we talk about your brilliant books here, I want to know what Jerry is doing. What is he doing at home? Does he clean up the kitchen? How is he contributing?
He does a very important job.
Which is what?
He stays out of the kitchen, which is helpful, but he entertains my kids. I mean,
that's great.
He actually, it is such a helpful thing.
That's good.
Yeah, I appreciate the full entertainment job.
He does what he does best.
Yes.
He entertains.
Yes.
Of all Okay, so let's get into the Double Delicious. What's the differences between the Double Delicious and the Deceptively Delicious?
Well, obviously new recipes, which I have had the privilege of being asked for. Jerry travels across the country every week. He does stand-up, and he has this unbelievable experience of people yelling out in his shows about how much they love my recipes. I cannot even believe this happens.
So great.
I know, and that they follow him down the street or the mall in whatever town he's in. They're like, we love your wife's book.
Fantastic.
This is so unexpected, and I honestly, it's a lark, the whole thing. I can't even believe it's happened, but
It's a pretty big lark now.
it's so, well, I love doing it, and thank you. It comes from my kitchen. It comes from my, me wanting to take really good care of my family, and you know what,
It's a way you can share with other moms and relate.
Yeah, I mean, I am not on this earth to do anything but help other people, and that's my job, and I take it very seriously.
Very good at it, too.
Thank you.
So listen to this, guys. She's so sweet that she wanted to help out one of our viewers literally directly. Jennifer Rosenthal really needed help, and just in time for the holidays, Jessica was to the rescue. Watch.
I want to tell you guys, while we were watching that in studio, women all over the room, their mouths were literally dropping open.
Especially with the sweet potato chicken nugget thing. A sweet potato is, by weight, the most nutritious thing in the produce department, and that is the most clever trick in the universe. All bets are off when you're trying to get good nutrition into your kids.
That's right.
You know, another thing that I absolutely love about your approach is that you're doing what I'm trying to do now with the books that I'm working on, and the book that I've got out now, is that you make it you bring it to life for people. You have doitdelicious.com.
Yeah.
People can literally cook with you. You've got their back, right?
Well, it started, doitdelicious.com is my new website. It's just a very quiet little thing that I started because my...
Not so quiet anymore, girl.
But my really old friend from college, 3 kids, another one on the way, does not know how to cook. She feels like the worst parent. And so I felt so upset about this for her. It's been years since we've been trying to get her to do this. I wrote you a book! and she said, it's too hard for me. And I said, okay, I have another way. And so I filmed these videos for her, and they've changed her whole life.
I love that.
I know, it's great. So she said, she's so nice, she said, please share them with other people. If I can learn, anyone can learn.
And we're going to link to that from our site to you guys. If you want to check it out, it's really fabulous. Now, tell everybody why we have a big pile of baby clothes on the table, too.
Not because I'm having another baby. I wish. But I started an organization 10 years ago called Baby Buggy, and we provide basic necessities and beyond to families in need in New York City. And we've given over 4.5 million items away to families who are really struggling. Yeah, it's been an amazing, another lark that has turned into
something big and beautiful.
Yeah, it's so great. But so Target came to us a while ago and said, how would you like to do a line called Baby Buggy for Target? And proceeds from the sales of the items go to Baby Buggy, and it has allowed us to have a national presence across the country. We're giving products to families now across the country. First we were just in New York City, and now we're working.
And of course, Target is coast to coast, so you can go in and get friends that have babies and things, and a portion of the proceeds goes to help other families in need.
Thank you.
So for all things Jessica, you can go to our website. More information, of course, on Baby Buggy, Jessica's new cookbook, Double Delicious is Double Fabulous. It's in bookstores now. You don't even have to leave home. You can just order it off Amazon. You don't have to go outside. Have a wonderful, blessed Thanksgiving. Jessica Seinfeld. Our Thanksgiving with the Stars show. How do you like that jazz hands? Thanksgiving with the Stars. We continue now with the matriarch of one of Hollywood's most famous families. We are going to be at home with Kris Jenner, our good girlfriend Kris, to see what our Kardashian Thanksgiving is all about. Take a look. We love you, Kris. Big kisses. I'm an honorary Kardashian, you know. Up next, I'm going to be in my home-based kitchen, and I'm making a snappy schnitzel. Before the break, it's kind of more fun with ginger snaps. I'm making a snappy schnitzel. What makes it snappy is that I have some ginger snaps that I've crushed up, and I'm going to mix those into some breadcrumbs. You can use whole wheat breadcrumbs for some very thinly sliced. It's about 1.25 pounds for 4 adult portions. Very thinly sliced pork tenderloin. To go along with our snappy schnitzel, I can't do it without doing it. Snappy schnitzel. We're going to make a little fingerling potato salad. Super, super, super simple. We've got about 1.5 pounds of fingerling potatoes, and they're called fingerlings because they look like fingers. You slice them up, throw them into a pot, and bring them up to a boil. Heads up, as soon as they come up to a boil, pop the lid off and let them just gently cook. They'll cook up very quick for you because it's a wet, young potato. It won't take too long for them to be just fork tender. But you want to keep an eye on it because once it comes up to a boil, the starches will cause the pot to overflow and make a mess on your stove. So once it comes up to a boil, put a little sprinkle of salt in there. Meanwhile, we're going to start the dressing for those by taking 1 shallot, finely chopped, and putting it with just a tiny little sprinkle of sugar, a pinch of coarse salt and pepper, and letting that rest together with some vinegar. I'm going to infuse the vinegar with the flavor of the shallots, so I'm going to let that hang out a little bit first. Why do you only throw salt over your shoulder for luck? Pepper should get in on that, too. I'll put pepper over right and salt over left. You don't have to encourage my insane behavior, really. So right down at the bottom of the salad bowl, I'm going to put a little vinegar, some cider vinegar. You can use whatever you have in the pantry. A little bit of vinegar down over the shallots and just let them hang out together for a few minutes. They'll get to know each other. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I have a very thin layer of canola oil getting nice and hot here. I've got my very thin pork tenderloin cutlets. Again, you can use chicken or veal, but you want to pound them or have the butcher give them to you only about 1/8 of an inch thick. Then you're going to pass them through a little bit of flour for a light dredge, a little bit of beaten egg with some milk, and then down into our breadcrumb and ginger snap mixture. And whenever I make schnitzel, I usually put a little nutmeg into the breadcrumbs themselves. Delish. So I'm going to do that here. Now, the ginger snaps, just like with the pumpkin pie that Anne was showing us earlier, you can just have at them with a rolling pin until they get nice and fine, or you can make even quicker work of it and just throw them into the food processor. To, cover 1.25 pounds of lean meat, I put in just a couple of small handfuls of ginger snaps and zap them until they're ground up into a fine powder. And then you combine that with a few handfuls of breadcrumb. Then I try and work with one hand when I'm breading something, just in case the phone rings, you have to buzz somebody in at the door or something, right? I mean, you've been in that predicament before. So I try as long as I can to just keep it a one-hand operation here. Little lean pieces of meat, pass it through the egg, drip, pass it through your snappy crumbs. I know, they're really tasty and super fun and simple. So I'm going to get a couple of these guys cooking up in a little bit of canola oil, and I'll meet you right back here in a couple. Snappy schnitzel and a little warm potato salad. Actually, you can serve it warm or cold. It's a really versatile recipe. So we took 1.5 pounds for 4 adult portions of fingerling potatoes. We cooked them until just tender, drained them off, and put them right back into the same hot pot and allow all of the liquid that's left on them to evaporate. Over here, we've got some salad dressing started with a shallot combined with a few tablespoons of cider vinegar, a scant sprinkle of just a touch of sugar, a little bit of kosher salt and black pepper. I've also chopped up a little fresh dill. And I'm going to thinly slice a rib or two of celery. Now, if the celery has leafy tops on it, go ahead and chop those up too. They have fantastic flavor. Now, to our dill dressing, I'm going to add, the equivalent of a rounded tablespoon or so of Dijon mustard. Then to that, right down in the bottom of the salad bowl, we'll whisk in just enough oil to make the dressing emulsify a bit, come together. And season up with salt and pepper. Oh, I forgot. I said pepper over the right shoulder. Okay. Now in goes our celery. In goes our taters. And then we're just going to let the hot potatoes rest in the dressing, and they'll absorb all that great flavor. I'm going to keep babysitting our schnitzel. I'll show you what it looks like when we come back. Your schnitzel, I call this snappy schnitzel. You got to be really careful with that tongue twister, don't you? Because it's got some ground up ginger snaps in the breadcrumb coating, and you can make it with pork or chicken or veal. And I just serve schnitzel always with a little wedge of lemon to brighten it up. And then I think a beautiful and really nice autumnal garnish for this. Autumnal, who was putting on airs there? A nice fall garnish for this is a little lingonberry preserve or some whole berry cranberry sauce. Equally fabulous with this. And plus, we all have tons of cranberry sauce around the Thanksgiving holiday especially, right? Then I take a little of that potato salad with the dill, shallot, and Dijon flavor running all through it. Pop that right alongside. And that is one cute dinner. Adorable. So cute. Thank you to all of our stars and celebs that made today's Thanksgiving show so much fun. We'll see everybody. Bye-bye.
Tomorrow, the forecast.